Shalom Israel. This video I'm going to do is going to be called Israelite History is World History, and what I'm going to do is try to put our whole history all together, so you'll see that blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans are Israelites. So you still have a few people out in the woodworks trying to stop this truth. With all the work that all these Israelites are doing, all this good work that brothers are doing that are black, Hispanic, and Native American out in the highways and byways putting out this truth, and you still have, after all this work, you still got brothers trying to say that Hispanics and Native Americans aren't Israelites. So I'm trying to put that to an end with all this information today. Now, first of all, for people who don't believe in the Bible, and you say that the Bible's fake or whatever, let's see what your elites think, because everybody all over the world uses the dictionary, right? So let's see what it says in the dictionary. And you go here to BC, if you can zoom it in. BC, it says before Christ, before the birth of Christ. 350 BC is 100 years earlier than 250 BC. They're trying to show you the difference. But what's the key? BC means before Christ. Now, let's go here to AD. AD. In the year of the Lord, since Christ was born. From 63 BC to 14 AD is 77 years. Again, what does this prove? This proves that even the elites of your society uses the Lord's birth as a measuring stick for history in the timeline. BC and AD got to do with who? The Lord. So they use the Lord's birth and his death about going to the history and timeline of this earth, man. So that your elites know that the Lord exists. Let me go up here to Arceus. This is the story, and we've been through this a million times, but we'll go through it again. The 12 tribes that separated. You had the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, who were in the southern kingdom, and you had the other 10 tribes, the so-called Indian and Hispanic tribes of the northern kingdom. Right? And you can read in 2nd Ezra, it tells you that 13, chapter 13, 40 to 45, and it tells you about the 12 tribes, and when they left from the Syrian captivity. This proves also another thing. Now, brothers were saying that Deuteronomy 28 and 68 only goes to the tribe of Judah. So we say, well, that's impossible, because it's impossible for the tribe of Judah to be all 12 tribes. And in the scriptures, the Lord said that the Israel will be like the sand of the sea. So how can the tribe of Judah, which are the Negroes of the day, be all 12 tribes and be that many? It's impossible. So there must be 11 of the tribes. Now, since we brought out that truth, the argument again was, okay, now it's Judah, Benjamin, Levi. They're the Israelites, and that is it. That still doesn't go with the Lord's number. These 3 tribes alone would not make up as many as the sand of the sea all over the earth, scattered through the 4 corners of the earth. It's impossible. These are the 12 tribes. Now again, the brothers were saying, well, it's just Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Now if that's the case, that kills the point that you made the first time by saying just the tribe of Judah, that the Deuteronomy 28:68 only goes to the tribe of Judah, because the tribe of Benjamin, which are the Jamaicans, court held on the Jamaican islands. Tribe of Levi, with all the Haitians, court held in Haiti from the French. So they weren't taken from West Africa to America, even though you have some Haitians and Jamaicans here. The tribe of Judah was. So the Benjamin Levi suffered under the Edomites on the land that was given to them by the Lord, the same as the other tribes. So Deuteronomy 28 and 68 does apply to all 12 tribes. He said, I will send you into Egypt again in ships. Egypt is a Greek word which means bondage. And ships mean, how did all these tribes get to their land? They sailed there in ships. Mexico, Puerto Rico, North America, Peru, and so on. They sailed there in ships. Now I'm going to go here to prove also that color does not matter to the Lord. And you go to Jeremiah 12 and 9, because Israelites are very dark to a very light, with woolly hair and straight hair, scattered all over the earth. Now it says, Jeremiah 12 and 9, mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. That's the key point. My heritage, which is Israel, is unto me as a speckled bird. Speckled birds are different sizes. They don't resemble each other. They have different marks all over their feathers. but they're the same species of bird. He's trying to let you know the 12 tribes are 12 different groups that are in one nation. I'm going to prove that. But let me go to here with Hosea 7 and 8. It says, Ephraim, he has mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Now, he absolutely means, back in the old time, in the oven, when they make a cake, you would have to keep your eye on it and turn the cake, or it would be 3 different colors, meaning it would be a dark color, a dark brown on one side. On the other side, it would be a lighter brown because it didn't get enough heat, and the inside would be a very light color. That's what he meant. He doesn't mean anything other than the color of Ephraim. He knew it was going to be discrepancies in this world and people going against this truth and trying to bring out these falsehoods against the 12 tribes. So he put the word in the Bible so we wouldn't have these problems. The answers are in the Bible. Now, the tribe of Gad, the North American Indian, the true Native Americans. You read Genesis 49 and 19. Gad, a truth shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. And all the scriptures that goes with it, you read Genesis 49, 1, 2, and 19. The troop that overcame Gad was the United States Army, the cavalry. And they have records from like James Adair, the history of American Indian, has facts proven that the customs, religions, laws, etc. of the Native American go back to their ancestors, the Hebrew Israelites of ancient time. Man. Over here, so the fringes that they wore on their garments are found in the book of Numbers, 15, chapter 15, 38 to 40. Okay, so they practiced the customs of the Israelites, and they also wore fringes. Those are key points, man. And they also say Gad will wear a crown of the head, meaning that this right here, this is the crown of the head that the Lord is talking about. Also read Genesis 28 and 14, St. John 10, 24 and 30, 1 Chronicles 5 and 18 tells us that the Gadites were able to shoot with bow and arrow. Also here, you go below it, who are the Mexican people according to the Holy Bible. The Mexican people, especially those of Aztec and Ahuati heritage, are descendants of the biblical Hebrew Israelites. Read Jeremiah 12 and 9. And remember, we will be different shades of brown, from a very dark to a very light. And the Lord said, what about the tribe of Issachar? He is hired, meaning they're very hard workers. Genesis 30, 17 and 18. Genesis 35, 21 to 23. And this is Mexican brothers are the descendants of the great biblical warriors. Read 1 Chronicles 7, 1 to 5, Numbers 10, verse 15. The ancient clothing and garments, Numbers 15, 38 to 41, Ezekiel 16, 10 to 13, Isaiah 3, 19 to 23, and Isaiah 52 and 1. The burials and the neighborhoods that they live in, read 1 Chronicles 6, 72 to 73. The future rulers of the nations with Christ and the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven, read Revelation 7, 4 to 7, Ezekiel 48, 31 to 33. And these are the nations, the 18 nations known today. Over here, it tells you these are the scriptures that has all the color of black and the different colors in the Bible. But in Hebrew, it says it's called